Well.
What's up?
What's going on, guys? This is the Simply Bacon broadcast.
We are Simply Bacon.
Just simply.
The simplest of bacon.
I'm Ozzy.
I'm Jesus.
And I'm Leon.
Yeah.
And we are your hosts, and we will guide you.
Together we form
Combined
the elements
together.
of Simply Bacon.
I'm the grease. We just
The grease that keeps us lubricated as a collective.
I'm
and
the
burns,
protein.
and burns the person.
I'm the
cooking.
protein and Leon's the fire.
Yes, I am the heat, that which cooks the bacon.
All elements are important.
I bring the sizzle to the grizzle.
So what's up, guys?
Oh,
How you
not
doing?
much. Pretty good. I'm okay.
Is your leg okay? Is it feeling
I was just moving my pants around.
alright?
Yeah, no, I'm just feeling myself up. Sometimes I feel nice.
Oh.
How do you even know if you're actually feeling yourself?
Whoa.
Shut up.
Oh.
No.
How do you even know if that's really you, man?
If I'm really here,
God damn it.
If things are not but a dream.
Too far gone. You want it.
I'm feeling some sort of existential crisis.
Oh! Alright.
Nice.
That was
Good one, Jesus. It's the segue to
I think we both, me and Jesus,
Yeah, you both
deserve a star.
have
We
the
teamed it. We teamed it.
Yeah,
alley-ooped. You alley-ooped it. Ow.
Pow.
Fuck. Oh, look, I'm having an existential crisis.
Fist bump.
Bleeding.
Is that blood even there?
Oh my
Are
god, it
you
tastes
even
weird.
bleeding right now? Oh, it tastes like blood.
It tastes like sugar. I'm just I'm so fat.
Can you just?
Oh my god.
You can convince yourself it's anything.
I think it's just the fries I ate earlier.
Oh.
Mm. So, existentialism, that's my favorite topic.
Nice.
Hell yeah,
Love
this is
it.
happening right
I'm
now.
sure you'll have a lot to say.
Yes. You bet your butt. That's not there. Because nothing's really there.
We're all not here right now.
Nothing's touching anything, you know? Like, just everything's floating on top of molecules and atoms.
Yeah, there's space everywhere, even the tiniest form of spaces. And
Atoms are 90% empty space. Man.
We're all just a
Yeah.
projection of these said atoms.
The said atoms.
when one time that I went to visit Charlie at Boston.
Who was in the podcast?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was in the podcast.
Our good friend Charlie.
Twice.
Twice.
We miss you, Charlie.
Twice.
Once for practice, once for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You beautiful, beautiful people. Anyway, there was this guy that I met through him. That his major was philosophy.
Oh, yeah.
His philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about, he read us a poem that pretty much there's no such thing as a self.
Mm-hmm.
You know, myself, selfish, yourself. There's no such thing as a
Yeah.
self. That our perception of ourselves, like our self-consciousness in a way, like it doesn't exist. It's like, it's just not, how do I explain it? Like we're an illusion in a way, like it was like
On the
In
grand
the Matrix.
the grand scheme of things, our perception of self is just non-existent, pretty much. I mean, it's just so minuscule that
it's an illusion on us.
Matter. Ah.
Like we ourselves, I mean, you walk around
Yeah.
day to day thinking that you are you,
Yeah.
but I think what that poem was trying to say, I mean, I wish I had the poem in front of me. But,
Yeah, right.
that this self, this difference between you and me and you and like
Yeah.
say this mic right here
Yeah.
is all in your head. Really, it's all part of the same aspects. You get me?
Yeah.
That ego thing that separates you from anything else is kind of just developed in the brain
Right.
to show a separation.
It's
It's evolutionary advantageous for you.
Yeah. Damn. So you can say that through what people have experienced through psychedelic experiences, most of those experiences include an ego obliteration.
Yeah.
And because it just these compounds or chemicals, whatever, just take you to a different, I guess you can say, state of mind
Yeah.
beyond that of the self.
Exactly.
And but when you
Makes
come back
sense.
down to rock bottom or sobriety, you can say that's where we go back to our normal state of quote unquote being.
Yeah, and like separate, like
Exactly.
You start putting things back into its categories, you know.
Exactly. That's why you can. There's that stereotypical hippie that's tripping on acid, yelling across the streets, "We're all one.
Yeah.
We're all the same, man.
Yeah, yeah.
We're all the freaking same."
Exactly.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and actually, there's in one of my favorite books, Sophie's World, the girl in the book, there's like a drink that she takes that it's not like a drug or anything. It's just like a part of the whole narrative. But in the drink, it's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland where it says "drink me" and "drink me too."
Right.
Like there's two vials or whatever. One makes her bigger, one makes her smaller.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But in the book, when she drinks the first vial, she starts losing her ego, and she starts kind of like looking out into a forest, and in the forest, she says that like the littlest twig was a whole giant forest in and of itself. And when she looked at her like philosophy teacher, and he waved at her, it was like herself waving back at her. You get me? And everything was just all unison. There was no difference between anything.
Oh, shit.
And this was all in a book about a little girl learning philosophy, and I was like, what the fuck?
Damn. That's
It's
pretty
really
cool.
crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I remember I heard I forgot where or how, but it was some quote from a Buddhist that he was saying that the biggest illusion we all experience is the illusion of separation,
Yeah, exactly.
which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's a very selfish. It's a very very selfish thought if you think about it. Just like, because it's part of life,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things that they refer to when it comes to that is that you have to learn to let go. When something is about to happen and what you're gonna lose it,
Yeah,
it's part of life. That's
the Stoics.
You're just supposed to let it happen.
That's the Stoic philosophy.
Because whether you feel about it a certain way or not, you're still gonna lose that person or you're still gonna lose that thing.
Yeah.
And so in the end, like that's another example of like how the self is just non-existent. Like things are gonna happen whether you are yourself or not.
Yeah.
Whether you exist or not.
Right.
It's absurd.
Thinking about that, actually, that can bring us into our topic of the day.
What?
No, not our topic of the day. Today in history.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What happened today in history in 1951?
In 1951. Thank you, Ozzy. In 1951, the U.S. Air Force started doing atomic testing in Nevada.
Shit.
Yeah.
No.
Crazy
Nevada.
stuff.
Damn, the people live there, man.
People live there.
People could
Dude.
have died.
Well, you know, there's a desert in Nevada.
They knew what they were doing.
Do you think somebody must have died during one of those? Like,
Most probably.
Can they scan the whole
You know that
area?
apparently in Area
some-
51,
Uh-huh.
if you get to a certain point, and you don't even have to be that close to get to that point,
Uh-huh.
but if you get to a certain point that you're in a way like visible to them, it says, do not go any farther, or
Yeah.
you'll be shot in sight.
Yeah. Well, Area 4, what is it? Area 51?
Yeah.
51, which doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
apparently.
it stopped. They moved it.
They relocated.
It's all like Hangar 9 now.
Hangar 9, bro. It's under the Colorado airport. the Denver airport, man. They moved. It's all under. No, that's just crazy conspiracy.
That's for Conspiracy Day.
We'll save that for the conspiracy episode.
They're definitely there though. Anyway.
Look it up. It's under the airport. There's way too many tunnels for the airports.
This doesn't make any sense.
You don't need it.
But right, Area 51.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Testing alien
They
harboring.
tested.
It's crazy if you think about it. Like that's a great reason why the it's used as a weapon, and you kill him. You kill people in the same way that you would kill like an ampao, like
with a magnifying glass.
Not even like with water.
Oh,
you flood it with water, so you kill tons of them.
Except you flood it with fire.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
And not only that, like except for that, also there's not like water doesn't give you the effect of what is it? The sickness, radiation.
Right, yeah.
It doesn't do that either.
Yeah, an empire can recover from a flood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But not something like that.
Yeah.
And
atomic holocaust is a different story.
In that sense, it was also like that. Instead of being like, oh, this person, that, it's more like a lot of Jewish people were killed among others. Like,
why Jews, bro?
Jews died
in the Holocaust.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I thought you were talking about atomic bombs.
No. Well, he brought up the Holocaust.
Oh no, sir. I brought up the atomic holocaust.
Oh, I thought you said just the Holocaust.
No,
Sorry.
no, it's
do
okay.
you guys know what J. Robert Oppenheimer, the creator of the atomic bomb, said?
Oh, say that quote. I love that quote so much.
The I have become death or whatever.
Say it. Just say it.
Wait, no, I don't have it on.
Read it.
Now I am become death.
That's not all of it.
No, it's not all of it.
Yeah. It's a
load,
couple
man. I can't.
Oh,
Who
okay.
can remember quotes?
Take your
off the top
time.
of
Take
it?
your time. Take your time. I thought you had it ready. I was thinking about the quote too.
Oh yeah. No.
I was thinking about that quote. The creator of the H bomb. He just realized all this potential death he created by,
Destroyer worlds. Yeah.
Exactly. Take your time when you get the quote. Just let us know and enlighten us.
I will enlighten you.
If I could, if I knew that, if I.
Why is it taking so long?
Robert Oppenheimer. No, I'm reading.
I wish
it's
I
like
could.
a long quote.
I wish I could remember the quote.
Then just read it.
Word for word. We knew the world would not be the same. A few people laughed. A few people cried. Most people were silent. I remember the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should not do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another. Huh. Yeah. It's a lot different than I remember.
Yeah, I thought I just remember the part that I have become death, destroyer of the world.
Right. But yeah, with that said, yeah, this guy knew how powerful these things were.
Destructive energy.
Exactly. He contributed to, the potential mass murder of
dude, imagine that feeling as you create something, right? And you're a smart person. Like, I'm sure he didn't have the malice of like, oh, this is gonna destroy billions of people, but just to see if you could do it, almost, and he does it, and he's looking at his creation like this destructive force, so from far away, and he's like, shit, dude.
Right.
This is gonna cause major mayhem sometime.
The potential energy is just like should you even...
Yeah, as soon as it was out there, like, that's it. Like, everybody's gonna want their hands on it.
Exactly.
Everybody's gonna try to do it.
And the crazy thing about that is that power is nowhere near close to, like, in atomic level.
Mm-hmm. Now it's even more.
No, I'm just saying that, like, compared to space, for example, because we're just this tiny planet. We're thinking about, like, destroy your world, whatever.
Yeah.
But our world would end. But there's like this crazy amount of galaxies out there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The potential, like, to us that's big.
Yeah.
But we just don't know.
At the end of it, man, we're all on this tiny little rock floating through space, man.
Pretty much.
What was it that you said one day, that you get like resources from the ground? And then you like make it into something, and we're just throwing it at each other. Like, that's essentially what's happening.
Oh yeah, we're recycling everything and you're giving it different uses.
Yeah, because you get uranium-235 off the ground, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like putting it in these specific ways to like make it blow up or whatever.
Yeah,
you throw it at each other.
It went from caveman throwing rocks at each other to
big ass bombs.
Yeah,
but it's essentially the same
warfare.
Thing. Yeah.
It's down to it. That's the way I look at guns.
Mm-hmm.
Guns are an advanced way of throwing rocks at each other.
Metal is just refined rocks.
Yeah, exactly. It's just how can I get this rock to penetrate this other person a lot faster and harder for them to die immediately without it actually being a rock. Oh, let's refine it, use gunpowder, put it inside of a mechanism, fire it, and boom, look, I threw a rock at you going at 2,000 feet per second.
Mm-hmm. It's just matter at each other. Like I'm gonna kill you with matter.
If there's one thing humans have been good at is fighting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, that's what the people say, that there's like two really great motivators of technology, which is like war and porn. Like those two things.
Porn?
Yeah. Like for example, in virtual reality, they're saying that porn is really what's gonna make it go further, because people wanna. For example, the internet would have never caught on as hard as it did if it wasn't for porn. I mean, that's what they say.
Porn,
you know,
was,
like that. I don't think it's.
I guess a good
a lot of
catalyst. You know, I mean, the internet's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's just we don't have to
That's
totally
not
give
we're
porn
little-
the credit.
Yeah.
We're like.
That's what something that they say. Like when you want something to catch on, figure out a way to either kill people with it or watch porn or do something with it, like porn.
We're going
Sexually.
like different places, dude.
Right.
We're not talking existentialism at all.
Hey man, sex leads to babies. Babies have.
Okay, like
existential
then
issues.
let's go that way.
Well, there you go. There it is.
It's the journey of conversation, man.
It's the journey, man.
Sometimes the journey is the destination.
Sometimes you get lost in the journey.
Yeah, sometimes you get lost.
In this journey called life.
That is true.
Do you guys have existential crises?
I had an
Often,
existential
very little.
crisis doing work one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
How did that go?
I was working a Kusu in the morning shift, and I started thinking about this documentary that I saw about Rick and Morty that I saw with Ozzy, and they started saying like, they were talking about cosmic horror, and then I started thinking, yeah, you know, like things that I've already known. You know, if you think about it. Nothing really matters. Like your actions don't really matter to anybody but you. And when it comes to like the galactic perspective or even the worldwide perspective, you would be just another number. So in the end, I started having like I started going even deeper and deeper into the idea to the point that I was telling myself, I'm putting away these shorts, I'm folding them and whatever, but I could just like be like, fuck it. And throw everything to the air and leave. Yeah. Because it doesn't fucking matter. They're gonna hire somebody else. Yeah. You know, if I start going to school, they're gonna have somebody else there. Yeah. You know, and I was thinking, oh my god, what the hell's going on?
Everything was just becoming meaningless.
Yes, dude. In that 6-hour shift, I went from meaningless to being scared of like what meaningless meant. To me, at least in that extreme extent. And then I transformed it, and I went into accepting it. In just that shift
at the end
6
of
hours.
It, yeah.
That's the whole myth of Sisyphus thing, man.
Yeah.
Just accepting and being happy in that random nothing meaninglessness, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't matter.
That's pretty much the conclusion for most existential crises. Crises. There you go.
Far Cry.
Have you had an existential crisis?
Pretty often, actually. Yeah.
Pretty often.
All the time.
Yeah. It's it's been a crazy couple months.
There's one every day.
Yeah. No, actually, I think my most recent one was at work too, at Quicksilver.
No way. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
I was just looking at these clothes there, all messed up, and it was really like short-lived. It wasn't anything like as prolonged as yours. It was just in the moment. I was like, I could fix those, but who the fuck cares? Somebody's just gonna come up and mess it up anyway.
Yeah.
And then I saw like all this just cash going around in the store, and I'm like, what if I just decided to rob everybody right now and just leave the store? And then I just, like, my mind went back to reality. Oh, they had the store, like, your employer has your information. They could just report you, and you'd get fucked at the end of it. And it's just, I was trying to, like, think of these situations where it doesn't fucking matter at the end of it, and you know? Yeah. And,
you shoot a guy, and it doesn't, what's that?
I mean...
Because it's hot.
Because it's hot. Oh, shut up, man. Don't. I mean, yeah, that kind of
You sound like a stranger.
that part of the book, The Stranger by Albert Camus.
Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
If you ever read it, yeah, that guy was just a little too hot and decided to shoot a couple rounds into this poor Arab.
The Arab guy, yeah.
Yeah, but
Spoiler.
I was just
Spoiler.
at the end of it, I was just thinking about how meaningless everything is, and that actually occurs to me quite often. And but I, at the end of it, I have to remind myself, hey, look, I'm stuck on this thing. I'm not gonna take myself out anytime soon. So might as well might as well let me finish. Might as well just play the game. Just fucking play the game, and just keep going at it. Remember what it's all about. Just enjoying the journey through it all. Like I feel like quoting Bill Hicks, it's all just a ride, man. It's all just a ride. Everybody gets their turn, man.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes life gets.
I mean, yeah, you get a chance to play, and you choose whether you play or not, and you choose when you just want to quit.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just lose in the game, or sometimes the game just ends.
Yeah.
You think suicide is acceptable? Like an acceptable choice?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, me too. I believe charging someone for assisted suicide is...
It's ridiculous.
You know what's even more ridiculous? You can go to jail for failing to attempt suicide.
Oh, yeah?
Like, if there's anything that will give you more incentive to commit suicide,
to
would be to get,
ruin your
life. Get
life.
punished for trying to commit suicide.
My God, it's
And
so
so, like,
dumb.
don't try to commit suicide because we'll punish you. It's like, oh, I'd rather die than go through the punishment. Alright, like, I already didn't want to die before I got punished.
You're already putting me in a
It's
horrible
so
position.
stupid. I mean, okay.
Not that people should kill each other.
Yeah, don't, go out killing yourselves.
Okay.
No, wait. There's no...
For-
How can you ever get that from that? He's just saying that, it's a stupid thing to be, as instead of helping the situation, you're just ruining it more.
Right.
When
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
case does happen. Not that you should curse.
No, but I also thought, okay, yeah, we said, it's an acceptable choice.
Oh, it is an acceptable choice in the sense of in assisted suicide, and I don't know. I see it myself, and I'm like, it's not super impossible for. I'm put in a situation where I'm like, I can't take this anymore. I don't feel that at any moment, like you said,
Yeah,
Anytime
maybe suicide shouldn't be acceptable within a certain age range. If you're just,
you gotta be 40 and up to
if
curse.
you're a little tweenie and your parents aren't letting you go out to the mall.
Well, that's the thing, right? At those ages, your hormones are going fucking
Exactly. Yeah, just let yourself grow out of it. If you're middle-aged and you're at a dead-end job
nuts. Yeah.
and no
Oh my
family.
Nah, not even. No, so don't do it.
Come on.
How did this? I mean, I knew this was gonna happen, but then let's talk about existentialism and then
Well,
suicide.
No, that's actually.
yeah, of course.
Right on the topic.
It is right. It's just crazy. It's just
The
really
whole book
funny.
on it.
It's a sensitive topic for sure. I don't want to endorse suicide.
You don't want to do it, but you also don't want to demonize it. You don't want to demonize the people. with it.
I mean, release should be allowed for everybody.
It's your choice. Just make sure that it's that's the one that you want to take.
Nah, not even. I mean, you look at it okay.
I mean, in the end, it's not like, oh, I regret dying.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna be there to regret it.
You know,
It's just a huge decision. In the myth of Sisyphus, that's why he says this is that everybody should consider it in the sense of is it? It's the ultimate question. You get me?
Yeah.
Because if there is no reason to live, then fuck it. Why the hell am I gonna continue? You get me?
Yeah.
If there really is no reason, why am I doing here? I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting everybody's time.
Yeah.
But in the book, he in the essay, he actually gets to a lot of good points of why not to do it, and in the ultimate point of just accept it and just live through it. You get me?
Yeah.
That's what Sisyphus does when he finds that everything's meaningless. In his fucking torture of putting up a rock a boulder
Right.
up a mountain and it falls every day. There's nothing that's being done there. You get me? It's just a meaningless task.
Yeah.
But even in that meaningless task, if you imagine that Sisyphus is happy, like while he's going down to get the boulder again, it's not a punishment anymore. It's cool. He's good, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
It depends on the jinx. It depends on the.
You got me.
Gotcha, dog.
It depends on the what?
It depends on the.
Damn it.
On the perspective.
Yeah. So if you are for a middle age and in a meaningless job, I mean, you know.
What I find crazy is people.
Don't let it be your only option.
Yeah.
Just
find meaning and create meaning.
Create meaning.
Yeah.
I like that one more.
It's always
We're
good
talking
to.
existentialism.
It's always good to contemplate.
It definitely is. I think it's super healthy to contemplate suicide because it's always there. Like it's literally an option.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than
than
to just oh no, I'll never be that person.
Yeah.
And you're just kidding yourself.
Yeah, I think you're a goddamn liar if you say you haven't thought of suicide, not even once. Huh! Just.
I think even as a kid, you're just like, man, I'm grounded. What's the point? You know?
I think some people could.
It's like, oh, I can't do anything for a week. No, what? No, screw this.
Fuck it.
Yeah. It's like,
some people could be very averted to thinking about it. I don't think that you're necessarily lying. Some people are very scared to even think about it. But you know what? Also, I think that maybe those people are the ones that it could sneak up on them one day.
Yeah.
Like they're the ones that are 40-year-olds and like their life is just and they've never thought about it, and then they just start giving it a lot of thought, and they're like, whoa, you know.
Yeah, they might even end up doing it.
Yeah, because they've just never even come to peace with that idea. You get me? Like, it's just such a radically new. It's like, why am I thinking about it? Do I really want to do it? I must really want to do it. Boom, and you do it, and it's like shit.
Isn't it crazy how we have this mechanism of like we try to, of course we try to forget about the fact that we're that we don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole point is for us to be like, oh, you do matter, so that you survive and you keep procreating.
You could make
But it's crazy how badly we try to ignore it. With different kinds of entertainments and routine and all that stuff. Like there are people who just don't like to think about what's out there other than your daily life.
You numb yourself.
Yeah. You definitely numb yourself. And I think it's healthy to numb yourself, but it's also healthy to just like once in a while be like, you know, I wanna think about actual life, like my life, and how it affects other people, if it affects other people, if it has any effect whatsoever in everything that's other than, like, because obviously we think of ourselves, like a person thinks of him, hers, itself, as like the solely most important thing.
Of course,
because
you're existentially important to yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But at some point you think to yourself, you might think to yourself, maybe the world doesn't revolve around me, and exactly, it's the complete opposite.
Yeah. Okay.
The world would keep going without you, or whatever. You. But there are people who just don't want to think that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't even want to, like, no, what do you mean? I'm the most important thing ever.
I hate those kind of people. Go kill yourself.
So I wanted to talk about that too. Like, when people say, like, oh, you should kill yourself.
I think that's very...
And it's like...
like, if it's a joke, okay, but I don't think people should really be like, hey, do it. Like, you know, people joke about it, but, like, you definitely should do it.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, you know.
Damn, man, seriously.
No.
And you said, well, you know what? I've thought about it because, you know, life doesn't matter. But if my life means making your life miserable, then I do matter. Bitch.
I also think a lot about this book called The Denial of Death, which is amazing. And it's by Ernest Becker. Look it up. But in
Not
it...
sponsored.
He's dead too. He also talks about... how the heroism, right? And it was heroics, right? And for me, it was really strange when he was talking about that. But I think what I got from it was that every society gives people things to give meaning to life. You get me?
Yeah.
So, for example, a capitalist society would say, like that, you know, the American dream kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that thing. Like, oh, you know, if you work really hard, you're gonna get to the top, and you could feed your 2.5 children and your wife and your nuclear family, kind of shit. You know, like that kind of idea. Some people are very happy in that because it's like something that society hands them to create meaning. It's like a template kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they also advertise that meaning.
Yeah, and they
For
also
them to be like, oh, that sounds nice because I've heard that it's nice.
Exactly, yeah. And then a lot of people fall into that kind of thing, you know what I mean? And they're very happy.
Oh, and they're happy to fall into it.
And they're very content, you know, because they're
Which is
feeling,
fine.
they're feeling, like you never have to, it's crazy. You never have to think about existentialism and like
No, I'm gonna say later.
you never have to think about
Or now.
what your life means to be happy about it, you know?
That's a great way to end it.
Yeah.
So I have something to think about actually.
There it is.
Just don't think about it. Just don't think about how we like contemplate it once in a while, but don't think about it all the time because it's gonna eat your life. Trust me.
It's gonna kill you.
It's gonna make you kill yourself. Oh man.
That's the best line from Rick and Morty. Like,
Seriously.
just don't think
Just
about
to
it.
think about it, Morty.
Because like you can't. Like if you do, you fuck up. But hey,
Our beautiful, crispy listeners and viewers, because we got YouTube now. Ho ho ho.
yes.
We're also on iTunes. If you
We're on
haven't seen us
iTunes.
on iTunes,
If you
because
got it
we're
on your
super
computer,
cool.
just hit that search bar.
It's a pretty big deal.
Simply Bacon.
Simply Bacon. You're gonna see the martini glass
We're there.
with the absinthe and the bacon strip.
Yeah.
buddy.
Hell
So
yeah. And
make
we'll-
sure to if you like us, and write a review if you can. That
Oh,
helps us
definitely.
out a lot.
We want your reviews and your comments, and we just want to hear about you.
Yeah.
Help
Who are
us-
You? Who are
help
you? We
us
want to get
help
to know you.
Share the love, man. Your friends might like us. Your friends' friends might like us. You never know.
You never know. And we never know. So imagine.
Tumblr,
Yeah.
Facebook, everything. Love you guys.
Tumblr, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube, and iTunes.
It's all beautiful and so meaningful, like your lives.
You know
Hell
what
yeah.
though? Simply Bacon gives me meaning.
Simply Bacon.
It gives the
I
three
love
of
you
us.
guys. I
It gives the
love you
three of
guys.
us meaning. Group hug.
Least effort.
It's amazing.
Soft and sweet.
But yes, keep the glass half full, my friends,
I love you guys.
and stay sweet.
We're really bad at saying bye.
Bye.